Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Eerie Tales with Donna and Michael. And I am Donna, as you can see.
And I am Michael, as you can see. I'm also psychic medium, also on Meccanville Paranormal as a team member as
Yeah.
well.
And I'm the team manager for Mackinville Paranormal. And who we have with us today is Elizabeth Price, who is an author and has written several books. So Elizabeth has done some research and she's been in probably some creepy places and she's going to share some of her stories with us. I'm trying to figure out how to go on my live. Okay, no, I don't want to do web streaming software. There we go. Maybe that'll work.
Yeah, I
Trying to
just
figure
tried
out how to
to.
do it on Facebook, but I'm not having any luck. I don't want to back out of it and try to change the destination. But anyway, we're on YouTube and Instagram is not connected. But anyway, I was down in near Tombstone and actually Gleason, which is 14 miles south of Tombstone recently, and caught some great audio clips. I know Michael sent me a few things, but I can't, a few videos, but I can't actually add them, unfortunately, because I don't know how to do MP4s. So I will let Elizabeth start though. So,
Oh,
like I said, she's an author. She's written several books, and we're not going to talk about her books. We're going to talk about some experiences she's
Yeah,
had.
you don't need to talk about the books, but they're really good books. So
They're
we'll
good
go from
books.
there.
Yeah, they're good books. I think I have a couple of them in my what do you call it? My on
Library?
Amazon. No, on
Oh,
Amazon, the app. At Haunted Ends, I think I have. I do have that one.
hmm
So
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
why I thought that you actually owned property that had activity. I must have you mixed up with somebody else. So
I
anyway,
grew up briefly in a house that had a bunch of activity in it,
okay.
but I was kind of cooing and trying to figure out what my feet were at the time, so it was all hearsay.
Yeah. So you said that you were in someplace recently though, right?
Recently, yeah, I was at actually in Old Town Orange in California here, and I was walking around. They have a bunch of like thrift stores and antique stores, and I went downstairs in one of them, and I just stopped. My husband just walked ahead of me, and I'm just wondering why I'm stopped here. And I turned and I look at this cabinet, and there was this doll there. And I thought, oh, what an interesting doll. You get the it had it was like an old lady with red eyes,
Oh
and I
wow.
thought it was really unique. I mean, it wasn't scary or anything. I just kind of looked at it, and then I realized above it was a whole story about this doll being haunted. And it was so fascinating. Apparently, it was a customer that used to work there or something, or one of the people who owned a display there. And she had passed away, and ever since this doll has been there and haunted the antique store. And the fact that I just had this feeling that I had to stop and stare at this doll while my husband just walked away and just kind of forgot about me again. Star Wars stuff in the corner, so we had to go look at that instead. But I wanted to get a picture of it, but somehow I felt like it was just rude.
Hmm.
It just, I just, I don't know. It was an odd feeling. It just with when you have one of those kind of objects.
hmm
Wow. Yeah, there's a antique store that's near here that's supposed to be have some activity in like a couple of the aisles or whatever. But you never know with places like that because people donate stuff. Stuff is old and probably has some attachments to it. You just never know.
Yeah.
hmm
So I know you're in California now, but you've probably been all over the place. And
I, for the most part, it's been northern, southern California, Arizona. I spent a lot of time researching
oh,
in
that's
North.
right, you was in Arizona not that long ago.
Yeah, I don't like your freeways.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
Oh, that 10 freeway is insane. I kept on trying to go from over by where the stadium was over to Banner Hospital, back and forth, and oh no,
Yeah. Yeah, you were on the 10, right? Because
oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
that was the bad one. What, little girl? Stop. Here, Ariana, take this water. My daughter, she keeps sticking her hand in my face. She wants a drink. Here.
Oh, I thought it was the creepy doll behind you.
I know she's like this. She's nonverbal, so she like that's her way of telling me she wants something. She just stick her hand out and start waving it around. So yeah, but we went down. Like I said, we were down by Tombstone, and I took some friends there because they had been wanting to go hunt, ghost hunting with it, So they had never been before. And do you know what a portal is? Because I know I always talk about my portal. So I have a portal. So I picked up some good stuff through my portal. So let me see. Let's see, where is it? So I have a few of them.
Well, you're looking that up. I don't know if my story was with one of how I kind of gotten into all this was when I was little. Well, I wasn't little. I was high schooler. But we had an organ that my mom played, I played, grandma played, and it was downstairs and we had it unplugged. While I came home, my room was downstairs doing homework and stuff. It started playing. I ran upstairs, called my mom at work, said, the organ's playing, it's unplugged. This is my mom's response. Why are you calling me at work? It's probably just your grandma. Go back to your room, do your homework, and quit bothering me.
Wow.
You're fine.
That's right.
I was like, okay. So that's when I realized that, my mom said, having a haunted organ was fine.
Now, how long had your grandmother been gone?
Let's see, this was 82, 76.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, 15, 5 years, 6 years, about 6 years.
Wow.
5 to 6 years, yeah. So, yeah. Scared me because, I don't know if you've ever heard of organ, but when you play it's like the Phantom of the Opera. Dun! I'm like, holy crap. You couldn't have picked pop music or something weird like that.
Well, it's like having a ghostwriter or something like that in the attic with the typewriter. It's easier to hit keys versus
right?
bringing out the violin or something.
Uh-huh.
Funny. So I just clicked out of it. I was looking we have a few people. Thank you for joining us. I know a few people's on.
Yeah,
so
do you still have the organ by chance?
Yeah, huh?
We do not.
No.
That was done a long, long time ago.
So this one clip, we were in the cemetery in Gleason, and we were standing at the headstone, and we were talking. And so a lot of times, I don't know if you Elizabeth actually ever did any ghost hunting before, but sometimes you could just sit around and just chit chat and you catch stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling a story to somebody, and let me play it, and then I hear this, and I'm just like nonchalant. What's my ID? And he comes back up, he walks back up. She says, "How old are you?" Let me get it again.
I know, that was so brilliant.
What's my ID? And he comes back up, he walks back up. How old are you? So yeah. So I just go back to talking. I was like, she said, "How old are you?" Then I just go back to talking.
I love intelligent responses.
Oh, I know. And then one of the guys answered, but this one was great. Crystal, shh. She just giggling. This one was great.
You could be so much better. So much better? Wow.
Did you catch that? You could be so much better. Stop, little girl.
You could be so much better. So much better? Wow.
I don't remember what we were talking about. Matter of fact, I think we were in the cemetery, but there was an incident, and I don't think I caught it on audio or video. There was the people that were with me were they had read about this guy's death, and I don't remember if they was in a restaurant, they were hotel, or where they were. But when we at the cemetery, she goes, "Oh, that's the guy we were just reading about." I was like, "Oh, so we're talking, we're asking questions," because of course their names are on the tombstones, and I'm like, so I think her name was Teresa. I kept going, "Is Teresa here?" Because she was the wife of the guy, the other guy. in front of her. I'm like, is Teresa here? And I'm steady talking, and we're chit chatting, and I hear this lady's voice go, "Do I know you?"
Huh.
But I don't think I caught it. I haven't been able to find it. I was like, oh man, I don't think I got that. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. I was like, no, but I'm just see your name right here. Yeah.
Well, you're sitting on me then.
It's like we could get to know each other, so if you want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, was it like a newer area of a graveyard or an
No,
older one?
it's older. Well, I don't remember the date on her tombstone, but it's an older cemetery. So the owner, he cracked me up when he told me this because so you've been to Tombstone. So Gleason, like I said, is 14 miles south of Tombstone. It's one of my favorite places to investigate because it's just creepy. It's creepy during the day, but it's even creepier at night because there are no lights. It's just complete. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's there's the ruins of a school, of a hospital, a general store. There's two trailers where deaths had occurred, and then he said, I acquired the cemetery. So when I was there, I said, Joe, how does one acquire a cemetery?
This happens to be there.
So it's like a quarter mile from the little ghost town. He said, well, it was privately owned, and the owner was going to sell it to a developer. So he didn't want them desecrating the cemetery, so he ended up buying it. So he was like, yeah, you guys can go investigate. I was like, oh, cool. Okay. So, yeah, that's how we end up going to the cemetery. And it's not a very big one. Let me see. Do I have another one from there? I think we were in the trailer. So there's a trailer where the owner there's a couple that lived there, and she passed away before he did. And he buried her in the porch, the concrete porch. That's where her body is, because I guess he didn't want to let her go. But that place is, I think I had talked about it last time we was on. My sister and I and a couple other people were in there, and he goes, "Who are you?" So we're talking. We introduced ourselves, and I'm like, "Well, if you don't want us here, you just let us know." And one of the equipment cases, the top slam closed, and the door opened up.
Like, goodbye.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so I can take a hint.
We can take a hint.
Like, I can take a hint. So I was like, okay, and it wasn't, there's a little bit of wind, but not enough to, push the door open. And
Also timing has a lot to do with it too.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely. So I'm trying to think because we got one. Keep clicking out of it. I think he said, I don't know if you can make this one out. Let's see.
Yeah, you said something about kiss.
Oh, kiss, yeah. I don't know if you can quite get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said something about kiss.
Yeah, that was me and Sherry in there.
Elizabeth, what's the scariest thing that you've experienced?
I had a job a long time ago that had a poltergeist in there who was a real jerk.
Oh wow.
And he pretty much tormented me for a while, and then I got to a point where it's like, okay, go make the refrigerator rock around or turn on the music. I got sick of it. My favorite thing was whenever there was a disaster, or like because it was for a real estate office, and it's like, okay, there's a pipe burst, I have to call somebody. He wasn't going to let me call. He would block the phone lines.
Oh wow.
And I'd have to have somebody with a cell phone call, and it's like after a while you go from being, oh my god, there's a ghost here, to get the heck out of my way.
Leave me alone already. Too funny. So, did he torment anybody else? Did he torment anybody else? Or
after when I was first there by myself, and my supervisor came in there, and I told her, said, there's some weird things going on around here. And he says, oh, you've met him, have you? So it was kind of a known thing, but it wasn't really talked about too much.
Yeah, they just kind of wanted to just let it, not bring it up, and just kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
You don't talk about Bruno, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Well, in this case, he was a drug dealer who had a bad time and got hung in the back room. So
Oh wow.
Wow. Did you try to sage or use dragon's blood to clear the area? Did you try to sage or back then or whatever it
back
was?
then, I was young and stupid, and I had no
Didn't know what
concept
to
of
do.
any of it. That's what kind of got me into it all. Actually, it
Oh
was like,
wow.
oh, I can deal with him, and then this is kind of cool.
Right? That's
So yeah, I'm gonna say. So when did you start writing? What is this? So you said that's what got you started. So that's what made you start writing your books. And
Yeah, other things came about, and I just eventually I saw a character in the can't think of the guy's name now. He used to play in Game of Thrones, the little person in there. I saw
oh,
oh, Peter,
an article about him.
what's his name? Peter
uh,
Dinklage.
Yeah,
Pink,
that's it, Peter
Yeah,
Dinklage.
yeah,
yeah.
Dinklage, yeah.
I know that
And
because I just recently watched Game of Thrones.
oh, and you survived.
Tyrion Lannister, yep.
Oh
Yep.
my god, yeah,
Red Wedding, yeah. And
yeah.
continue. Sorry, this is like
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no problem, no
I
problem.
got a little
Game of
excited. You
I
said
don't
Game
mind
of
the
Thrones.
segue. That I thought he was this like really cool character, and I was like, oh, I wonder what kind of character I can make out of him, and suddenly I killed him. Well, they don't talk about little people ghosts at all. I've never seen anything like that before, so I was like, okay, well,
That'd be funny.
let's take
Yeah.
it to the next
That
level.
would- You know what they also don't talk about?
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Ghosts being naked.
Why is that? Well, I've written a few of them, but yeah. Don't you wear what you die in. And
Exactly, and that's what you haunt everybody in for the rest of your
Yeah,
days.
but a lot of people die naked. So why don't they have clothes
So silly.
when they
just
You
to
know what
save
I'm
the
saying?
living, because a lot of times we don't want to see.
right? Is there not fashion in well, depending on your beliefs, heaven or like there's got to be a store up there you can look. I just died. I don't have any clothes. Do you have a
The
Kmart? up
heavenly closet.
here? You know.
She said a Kmart. Kmart.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
You never know what's gonna come out of my mouth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
Well,
just.
there was a TV show that had did that once, where they said that they had to go and steal the clothes of the dead. As soon as somebody had died, they could take their clothes.
Oh,
And I guess it had to be on a dead on a body before they could actually take it.
that's
It's like
too.
the clothes die too, or something.
Wow. We have this store here called the Terror Trader. It's out in Chandler. I want to investigate that place again. He expanded since the last time I was there. This dude's got like all kind of haunted objects, and I mean he's got like this Ouija board that has an attachment to it. He's
I
got
thought all Ouija boards had attachments to
well, yeah, he's got like some really old ones too, and he's got. We were in there and we were investigating. It's me and like my sister and two other people. And we heard these three loud bangs in the back, sound like somebody was coming through the wall, through the back door. So we were like, I'm being calm. I'm like, somebody back there knocking. Everybody else, they jump, they're scared, and the owner runs out the back door because he thought somebody was coming in the door. And I'm like looking around, like, who's knocking?
Have you guys checked out the walls? Anything has been like sealed in there?
You're right. I'm up front.
There's as a team member and as a team, there's not much that phases us. But you have that clip from because I love playing that clip.
The siren.
The siren.
Yeah, I do have that. I still have that on here. So we were in Oracle, Arizona. We were at this place called the American Flag Ranch. And it was me, Michael, my sister, and this young lady named Alicia. So we have the portal going. You should be able to hear Michael say, well, you can talk to us through this device, and this is what it does. Is that the right one?
I thought so.
It went on for like a minute or so.
What was it from?
So it's like 12 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
and nothing's around there because one lady was like, well, it's probably one of the old mines, and they have a siren going. I'm like, no, it came from the portal. So the founder, Eldon, and I, we looked it up on YouTube to try to figure out what it was. It was the sound of a hand cranked air siren.
And let me tell you, when one sister runs, they all run.
All sisters run. So Michael and Alicia, they jumped, they like screamed out, and my sister now like, the F is that?
I know. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Anyway,
That's a bleeping thing, don't you?
Oh
well.
But yeah, we're looking like, what the hell is that? And it's like, okay, would you stop that now? But yeah,
one of my favorite clips and finds, because we literally weren't getting anything, and I was like,
and then all of a sudden that, yeah.
Did you research the area to see if there was an area siren or anything like that?
Yeah, we couldn't find anything. And then the guy I bought the portal from, he owns, well, he's the founder of First Line Paranormal, and he's out east, and his team consists of first responders. So, and he's the one I bought the portal from, and I played it for him. He was like, I can't explain that. I've never heard that before. So we couldn't explain it because, like I said, we researched the area. There was nothing around there that we could find that explains that siren.
However, in that particular area, it would have been a place where, World War II, people would have gone to. Wasn't it I forget, during that time, was it a hospital?
Well, the building we were at was old post office.
Oh, the post office. That's right.
Yeah, the hospital itself, it was a tuberculosis hospital. That was the Acadia Ranch. That was down the road. Excuse me, but we was in the American Flag when that one happened. So yeah, and we had got to the point where we were like, okay, well, nothing's going on, and then that happened. I was like, so it was pretty much at the end of the night.
Yeah,
it always happens when you least expect it.
Oh, I know. Just like when we were at the Y, Michael, remember?
Oh my God, that lady pissed me off.
Oh, go ahead.
We had gotten some stuff in the pool area and things.
Oh, you got to tell me where it is first.
Oh, I forget. You go. I forget where it's at.
It's the old mercantile. It's a mercantile, like a secondhand store or something now. She has events there, but it's an old YMCA building in Miami, Arizona. So I'll let you pick it up from there.
So we went there, and there was a pool and other places. We were doing some stuff with cat balls. We got things, but nothing significant. Nobody got any things, and so we're packing up all of our equipment, and we all heard it. There was a lady laughing, like, ha ha.
Hey, Sherry.
I was like, she really was mocking, like, ha ha, I didn't talk because, and that's exactly, didn't that what it sound like?
Yeah, and then there was like 4 of us in there. We all just kind of turned and looked at each other like, did you hear that? Yeah, I heard. She was like, ah. Oh, Sherry, yeah. Sherry goes, I was there. That's right. You were there. Yeah.
Yeah, you were there.
You keep disappearing like a ghost.
Oh, my cat keeps on walking in and taking up.
Yeah, I saw her cat Loki. And then Sherry, the one
that's a good name for a cat.
Yeah, Loki. That's her cat's name. And then Sherry, the one that's on, she was she actually called in that building. She's called Screams. She's Sherry. Sherry. What else have you called? I know she called a lady screaming in one room. Oh, she shared it. I don't know.
We did have that. Charlie got that picture of the ball rolling
in the pool.
In the pool, he had a lot of activity there. It looks like Sherry just shared something. I don't know what it was.
I don't know how.
Yeah, Sherry, I don't know if we can bring it through or not.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there was because the pool was empty because the building, like I said, she used hosts events on the first floor of the building. So it, like I said, it used to be a YMCA. There's rooms upstairs where that used to be sleeping rooms for I think it was like around War. She said voices and screams. Yeah, so it was mostly men there, but we were in the pool, and of course there's no water there. But somebody there was a previous paranormal team that had investigated, but they left this ball there. So um, the the ball, Charles is in there. He's our tech manager, and this ball just starts rocking back and forth. And he's down there, he's doing his thing. He's talking. It just starts rocking back. Oh, yeah. Didn't he push it up the hill or something, up the pool?
Yeah, something like that.
And it
Yeah.
came back down. And then when it stopped, it just it rocked back and forth.
Yeah.
It didn't just stop. It just started rocking back and forth by itself. And we were like, okay, but it was so dark in there, we didn't get it on film because
Mm.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
why can't ghosts be a little bit more considerate and actually do this in the daytime?
it's like perform for us. Wait, can you imagine just when the people show up to investigate? They're like, oh, here comes somebody else. Oh my god.
Right. It probably, it's like stupid pet tricks.
I know, right?
It's like, oh, can you talk to us? And I'm sure it's a point of view from the ghost going, seriously, we just had a group in here last week.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then back to Gleason. Like I said, it's my favorite spot. Sherry, she was there. We were sitting there because he has this. It's like a shade structure, and he has a couple picnic tables under there. And we were just Sherry and I, and I think it was. I don't remember who else. Oh, it was a few of us out there, and we were talking. And Eldon, who was our founder, was showing us this picture of somebody, and we think that person that got affected. He was affected. Lost a lot of weight, and it was just and we were looking at the picture. We didn't hear it at the time, but when Sherry, she'll tend to go play it back before we leave. She'll listen to her recordings, and you can hear a woman's voice going, "What the? Who's that?" And it wasn't none of us. So somebody was over my shoulder watching, looking at the photo. So we were like, "Wait a minute, play that again." Yeah, what the? Who's that? It's like,
To the
okay,
viewer who just joined us, thank you.
thank you
We
for
have another
watching,
viewer.
guys.
We have two people.
So yeah, telling stories of some of our favorite places to investigate. But on Halloween, I am going back to Gleason.
Mm.
One of the girls from work wants to go out, and then I'm taking some friends, and then Michael's gonna join us. She's in Colorado, so she's gonna fly in to join us. I've always wanted to do an investigation on Halloween.
Mm.
It's going to
That
be
sounds like so much
epic.
fun.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've already was like, okay, I'm gonna request a day off because it's on a Friday. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna request a day off. So that's
I
gonna be
always wanted to do the seance or that they have a big thing at the Queen Mary on for Halloween or when they bring in everybody that's to go and investigate. And it's like, oh,
yeah,
that's like so much fun, but it's also a tourist trap, so it's
Yeah.
yeah. Just kind of like Tombstone. It's a tourist trap, but
yeah.
that's what because when I say I'm going down back to, oh well, you look Tombstone. This isn't, yeah, but that's not my spot. I go further south.
Have you ever gone up to like Skull Valley area? Because that always looks like an area that would be really paranormally
Oh, where's that at?
heading towards Prescott.
Oh, really? I haven't heard of that one. See, now I'm gonna have to get my sister on this. She's the researcher. Skull Valley.
Skull Valley.
Hmm.
There's a really cute little cemetery up there. I've
Hmm.
stopped there a couple of times, and it kind of reminds me of what you were talking about. But yeah, it's a really neat little place.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to write that down and have her check it out. But yeah, I've kind of been a little bit everywhere in the state. So I've been to. Wait a minute. Have you played the spiritual? Yeah, I played a couple of them. Sherry, like the one. Let's see. Yeah, I played a couple of them. The one for the one that got the kiss. Oh, and the one where it says you could be better. I played that one, so I'll play it again because we had some more people in here. So
could be so much better.
I love that.
Wow.
I have another one here. I'm not sure if we can make out what this one was saying. I didn't label it.
He has such a sexy voice for a ghost. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Huh?
he does. He really
Doesn't
does.
he?
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said he says a sexy voice for a ghost.
You can be so much better. It's like, okay. Right. You got something you want to tell me? Come on, somebody's always out here. See, I can't really make that one out. It's different voices. Did you say it's nice or it's ice? What did you say? Yeah, just a couple of different voices on how I couldn't really make that one out. But I played the one that says you could be much better for one of the guys at work. And he was like, oh, that gives me the chills. That's creepy.
You need to get that in a loop.
I know, right?
I like it when they speak a foreign language. That's
Ooh.
why.
We always get Spanish, the Spanish
Yeah.
speakers. Yeah, we were,
That
my
kind of
son.
makes sense.
Oh yeah, we get a lot of that, and a lot of we were in. I'm trying to think. Oh, Get Out, Leon. Oh, I don't know if I don't think I recorded that one, Sherry. So Sherry brought her husband the first time. We came down to Gleason. She brought her husband. He had never went out with us before. We had the portal going, but I didn't have a recorder going, Sherry. And we're sitting there. Her husband's name is Leon. So me, Sherry, Leon, we're sitting at the table. The owner had took the other people out on his Polaris, so he's showing them the area because it's so dark out there. You have to see it in the daytime so you kind of know where you're going because there's this hanging tree there too. So it's in this giant wash. And so we're sitting at the table. All of a sudden, we hear this woman's voice come across and goes, "Get out, Leon." And Sherry and I looked at each other and broke out laughing. I was like, somebody don't want you here. I mean, it was just plain as day, but yeah, I hate that I didn't get that one on the recording.
Coincidence, or was somebody listening?
And somebody had to be listening because we just had the portal going and we're just sitting there talking.
Yeah.
That's what I say. You can get some great stuff when you're not actually, oh, she has it. How can you get me that? Can you put it in Messenger, maybe?
Yeah,
Or
if
email?
you can send it through to Messenger, then you can pick it up.
Yeah,
Put
send
it-
it to me in Messenger, Sherry,
Yeah,
and I'll
definitely.
see if I can play it. But yeah, that was great. We just started laughing. It's like, yeah, somebody knows you're here. But yeah, like I said, we're just sitting around shooting the shit, and all of a sudden, here out of the blue.
You upset somebody.
Let's see. Start an exit. While I'm doing that, Michael, you have some stories.
Yeah. You get my niece is watching.
Oh, cool. Well, welcome, niece.
Marissa. Hey, Marissa.
Marissa. Marissa.
So the worst experience I've ever had, we were at the American Flag Ranch, and this would have been the area where originally it was a where they put bodies, like a morgue,
Mhm.
bodies. I was in there, and I suddenly got a massive headache. I wasn't feeling well. I went out. I had lumps. I had a lump, like somebody hit me over the head.
Is that the one we were at Acadia?
Yeah, I thought it was the American Flag Ranch, but it's
That's Acadia. Yeah.
the Acadia Ranch. And I actually ended up having hey, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Um,
Thanks for coming.
a concussion. I had to go to the doctor the next day because it was a big lump. It hurt.
Huh.
So, hey, Ricky.
Hey,
I
Ricky.
wanted to make sure I was okay. But yeah, it was like that. Thank God it wasn't like Sky Ranch. Where was that? The is it Sky Ranch or the place in Utah
Oh,
where
you
you
talking
know what I'm
about?
thinking?
Oh, oh, what's the name of that place?
I can't even remember.
Skywalker Ranch or not Skywalker, something like
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, Skinwalker
Skinwalker,
Ranch. That one,
Oh,
yeah. Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah,
where on the property that guy got a lump all of a sudden, and they could actually see it on an X-ray.
yeah.
Um,
Didn't he? Wasn't he hospitalized when that
he
happened?
was, yeah.
He was like really sick.
So for me, it was very, um, it was just weird how it happened.
you never felt it hit, nothing hit you or anything.
No, no, I just, hello,
Andy,
Andy. Yeah, I don't know how or why it happened, but I had to leave. I had to sit out. I couldn't go back in that area because, like, I probably something got me because I had a headache, but I didn't realize I had a lump. So yeah, I've never had that experience before, ever.
hey Alex, thanks
Yay!
for joining us.
It
Yeah, that
was
was crazy.
Huh.
yeah, it was.
I'm trying to. I'm checking
And
this.
then
Oh,
I still trying to find that.
yeah, she just sent it to me. I don't know. I don't know if I can
And then
play it.
here
Oh,
I
let me
had
know if you can. Oh, go ahead.
oh I had an experience where, long story short, I ended up meeting up with this guy that we both got hits on a murder suicide, and I went up to a trail where we both thought that they actually had gone, and they were on that trail. It was verified. Well, I was getting close, and there was like this little ravine, but a hill, and I got shoved down a little ravine because that's where he shoved her.
Oh, wow.
And the trail was marker 666.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It seems to happen a lot when you have a ghost seems to want to keep doing the same thing. Like one of the hotels I was went and interviewed the people who worked there. They kept on talking about the prostitute that haunted the place, kept on pinching guys' rear ends as they were going up the staircase. And it was cute, but it seems like it was a common theme where they just kept on doing it over and over, or like the perfume that would linger or something like that. Though I would stay clear of anybody wanting to shove you.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna see if this if it's, you should be able to hear it on here, but let me know. I'm gonna see if I can.
So, those that are joining us, if you want to type in some of your experiences, I don't know if we can bring you on the show.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can
know.
actually bring you on if you want to talk about something. Hold on a
Yeah.
second.
So, Andy,
Hold on a
Alex.
second, Mike. Oh, hold on.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Oh, wait.
Marissa, growing up with a weird auntie, she could
Were you
tell you lots of
probably
stories.
can't hear that, huh? You probably couldn't hear that, huh? Nope. Okay. Probably just for me. I don't know if I can share that. No, you can't hear that.
No, I can't.
Okay. Yeah, the clip. She sent the clip that says "Get out, Leon." Yeah. So yeah, like Michael said, if you want to get on and you want to tell us some of your stories, yeah, that we will be happy to send you a link. You say Marissa's your niece?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So Alex is from Tennessee. Are you a paranormal investigator, Alex? Or are you interested in the paranormal? I know Andy is. Andy and Robert, of course. Robert is
Yeah.
he's on our East Coast team out in is it North Carolina? No, not Carolina. I forget. Sorry, you have to remind me, Robert. But yeah, he's a paranormal investigator too. But oh, Elizabeth dropped off.
Oh no, we lost Elizabeth.
She'll pop it back in. I remember when we were at the. Oh, there she is.
I
I'm
disappeared.
like, we lost her. There we go. I'm like, we lost her. We were at the cemetery in Oracle, and Sherry can attest to this because it was her. She we never really got a whole lot at that particular cemetery, but she she tripped. She tripped and fell, and she twisted her ankle. But Sherry, do you want to get in? I can send you a link if you want to get in. You can tell that story about the arrowhead.
The error. Oh,
I'm gonna send her a link. Let her pop in real quick.
it's like everybody popped out now. Weird.
And let her tell her story because she's come. She's had some great stuff. I sent you a link in Messenger, Sherry. Come on and join us. Let's see. What the heck is that? Freedom Chasers. Oh dang. Oh, Facebook stuff. But yeah, like I said, she's caught some great. She uses. I know we don't particularly like what the hell, particularly like apps, but she uses her recorder on her phone, and she always catches some great stuff.
Huh.
Come on in,
Yeah.
Sherry.
Because you just never know if it was app generated or real stuff. But
Well,
Yeah,
anymore, yeah, it may be AI.
exactly.
you know, just it's oh my god, AI is just ridiculous. But there's
Hmm.
the thing about some of the apps, like the one that she uses, it usually only gets they usually only like one or two words at a time. Sometimes we get full sentences. I don't
Wondering about that.
see. Um,
I know Donna. I got a box and it's going to be sent, but I can't wait to experiment before
oh, the
I
spirit
get out
box.
there and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
What is the longest amount of words that you've ever gotten in sentences?
The one that she did recently, I can't remember. That's why I'm trying to get her to come in because she'll know. Um, oh my goodness, come on, Sherry, because I need your help. She's seen it, so hopefully she'll probably
Well,
just click
as
the
a
link and
team,
bring it in.
the team member, the longest soundbite we got was the siren.
Was the siren because it was a little over a minute.
Yeah, but the
But
longest sentences was
I mean,
probably the
I'm
you
like
know
5, 6 words, but yeah.
yeah.
Nope, I'm
It
still
always seems like they're not going to go on for the War and Peace version. You can't get a ghost to shut up, but it's usually like 3 to
What's
5
the
words.
yeah.
Right, the energy. I try and let them use my energy, and sometimes the Etsy method. Have you heard of that, Elizabeth?
No, what was that about?
Did I pronounce that right?
Estes.
Estes, yeah.
Yeah, Estes.
So basically, what you do is one person puts on headphones and a blindfold, and the other one steps out of a room, and they're actually talking. So you become a conduit, if you will, for the spirit. Um, I was getting stuff pretty much spot on with what was the questions and everything that was coming through. But all of a sudden, and we were at Acadia, right? The big
Acadia.
room. Yeah,
Yeah,
Arcadia.
Acadia.
And all of a sudden, this image, it was like watching a movie.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that one. Yeah.
yeah, it was like watching a movie. And you have to understand, I'm already gifted. And for this to be shown, so it was like a movie, but it was a cowboy. He's dressed in, this is the only thing I can say, he was dressed in a cowboy genre for that particular period of time. And there was this little girl, um, She actually looked like she might have been Indian of descent because the way her hair and the color of her skin. And he's shot her point blank. I threw off my headphones. I screamed. I was crying.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my
And it
lord!
was all in your. It came to your mind at that time.
Yeah, just like when I channel.
Oh,
It's kind of like channeling.
okay.
Yeah, except anybody can do it.
Yeah, so what the idea behind it is you cut off two of your senses, you put the blindfold on, you had the headphones on through the
So you
spirit
heighten
box.
the others.
Yeah, so it heightens, right. And then, like, usually you'll have somebody go in another room and maybe have a walkie talkie or something. And, or that other person goes in the other room and starts asking questions. And the person with the spirit box will just say whatever comes through the spirit box. So a lot of times you get the answers to the questions that the other person is asking. But yeah, that just freaked her out. We were like, oh my God. And she said it was just so vivid and it felt like that she was like right there in the room when it happened.
Wow.
And so yeah, that was crazy. And I
Now,
think
were you seeing it from the perspective of the cowboy or off to the side?
Off to the side, like they were in front of me, and I was just sitting watching.
it's Sherry. Hey
It
Sherry.
was.
Hello, ladies.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can play that recording from my phone.
Okay. Yeah, because when I played it through Messenger, it just played for me. They couldn't hear it.
But I love that method because anybody can. But usually my team manager Donna doesn't want me.
Could you hear that?
I've been.
Oh wait.
Oh no, sorry. I didn't know you were talking. I was talking. I'll shut up. I digress.
Okay.
Play it again.
I'm going to try to play it now.
You can barely hear it. Play it again. Get out, Leon.
How crazy.
It kind of sounds like me.
Can you throw your voice?
Like, I literally, we have a friend in the car that wanted me to get in.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Remember the voice with the picture? Before that, I captured the male voice saying, get in, when the car was creaking and it sounded like it was getting busy. I told Leon, I said, that's my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, we're at Gleason because she's the same way. We love Gleason. He just got this old car. It's kind of like lawn, ornament now. And he's got a couple plastic skeletons in there as a decoration. And that's what she had got on the table. Get in. Do you remember the last time we were there? Because you got like some long sentences. Do you remember some of the things that came across on the recording?
Oh, I still have to go through a ton of stuff from that night. Like, literally, there was so much activity that it was crazy.
Yeah,
a lot of them. Yeah.
We had a lot of activity that night. So it was
nonstop.
And then we were in the trailer. We kept getting names. There was, what was it, Juan or Miguel?
Yep.
And then I don't remember the other two. It was like 4 different names that we got that they were talking to us.
Where was this at again?
In Gleason, down by Tombstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, again, that trailer where the lady's buried in the porch that we kept getting. We got like 4 different names being in there.
Yeah, and the REM pod, every time we said we were going to leave,
the
REM pod would go off.
And then the K2s with Andy had the K2s, so there was there must have been a female spirit that just loved Andy because every time we gave him the K2, it would just light up all the way to like red. But we give it to somebody else, and it wasn't doing anything. So it was like, well, you got.
It was the school nurse.
The school.
Remember, it was
the school nurse.
The school nurse. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Like I said, we asked questions. we getting the answers through the K2. It's like, okay, so if you're a female, light it up, and it'll light up. It'll go to take it up to red if if you used to work here or if you were staff, and it'll just light right on up to red and orange. So yeah, it was actually pretty cool. Like I said, we got a lot of activity that night. I can't wait to go back Halloween. Are you going back Halloween, Sherry? Oh, you're breaking up.
Yeah, her internet.
Sorry.
Oh, are you going back
I
on
moved
Halloween?
around to the light.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Of course.
Don't go into the light.
I know, right?
And when you were talking about the YMCA, I got all kinds of footsteps, many different, I got one voice that said, "That's cool."
Yeah.
And what was the other one? There was another one that said, "Oh my God." And then Alicia heard the scream, and she's like, "Maybe I was hearing things." And I was like, "No, you probably heard it." I said it was a scream. And then when I went home and played back my recording, I picked up that scream.
And right before you can hear her, or right after you can hear her say, "Did you hear a scream?" And it came through the audio just like somebody was standing right next to you.
Yeah.
And then Globe, the scream that I got in the secondary office, not the main one that was Kiss, that loud scream.
Yeah. Oh, tell Elizabeth
I was in there by myself. Yeah.
Tell her about the Arrowhead, Sherry. That's why I wanted you to come.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we went out to Arcadia Ranch, and I usually bring my crystals and something that represents each one of my loved ones that have passed. And I usually carry an arrowhead that was my grandfather's with me, with my crystals and things. So we went out to the graveyard, and I tripped and fell. And I got back, and I had the stuff in my pocket, and I emptied everything out, and it was missing. About 3-4 months later, it turned up at my house.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Just it took a while to get to you back to you.
Oh yeah, no, they always bring me back my belongings. Yep. That's just like I have a picture. Yeah, I have a picture of my son 3 years after he passed. He showed up for me.
Yeah, that one.
Wow.
That's actually pretty
that was nice of him.
Yep.
So we're about 5 minutes out, but we love to have everyone on the show. Tell your friends and family. I know Donna's got some more stuff, but we love what we do, and we love getting that evidence and those eerie tales. And so send us clips, whatever you got, guys. If you're gonna watch this later, if somebody's watching later, we'd love to air it.
Oh man, I would love to get Robert on here because some of the stuff that he's experienced in all the years that he's been doing this, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I had him on Paranormal Hot Seat before, and I know he's got some stories, so I'm gonna hit him up if he's still on here. Robert, I'm definitely gonna hit you. Come on, tell some stories.
He left. He didn't dump us.
Did he? Okay.
I did make sure I shared out your live to a few of my paranormal groups, and I will share it out some more to the other ones that I haven't, shared to yet. That way you can build up the audience.
Oh, cool! I appreciate that. Sherry's always been a big supporter.
I'll send it all out too. No problem.
Well, I appreciate it.
Elizabeth, do you have anything you want to promote? Upcoming appearances or any weird stuff like that, or?
Right now, just hanging out with you guys.
I met Elizabeth through LinkedIn. Actually, that's how I met her.
Oh, cool!
I was drumming up guests for Paranormal Hot Seat, and that's how I came across it because I saw, like I said, she was a writer, Sherry. I don't know if you picked up on that or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't got my feet, my hands dirty yet on all this, but I'd love to get back into it again.
Yeah.
I want to write a book because of growing up psychic and stuff. But maybe we can talk later. You can tell me how to how to start that because I think that would be a nice story to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, you should tell her about the cemetery, Michael. Liberty Cemetery.
Liberty Cemetery.
I had a
The
rock
one,
thrown at me there.
yeah, the one in Buckeye.
I forget about that one.
Yep.
You tell it. I forget
Oh,
what.
so it's Liberty Cemetery is in the middle of nowhere, and it's in Buckeye, Arizona. And like Sherry said, we were out there one night, and she got a rock thrown at her, but it was Sherry, Michael, my sister, and I. I think was Alicia out there. I don't remember when the kids drove up.
Oh, yeah.
So we're standing around and we're doing our little thing at the cemetery, and this car comes past, and it slows down, and then it backs up, and it comes through the south entrance, and it turns around, and then we hear, "Aren't you scared?" And we're like, "No." And the car pulls out, and it comes around to the north entrance, and it's a bunch of teenagers, or they're probably 18, maybe 17, 18, and they're like, "You guys are not scared?" I was like, "No, this is what we do." And they came out, they started talking to us and started asking all of these questions. It was actually pretty funny. And one of the kids' phone rang, and Michael looked at him. She was like, "That's a family member," and it was his dad. And he must have asked what he was doing. He was like, "Oh, we're out in the cemetery." I was like, "Yeah, I can imagine what his response was."
Well,
don't bring home anybody.
They asked, "Is it haunted?"
Oh, that was funny. Yeah.
And I said, "No. They don't haunt each other. It's not like they step up on their front porch on their, their buried place and go boo. It's not." Cemeteries,
Oh my God.
I love it, when they're like, cemeteries are haunted. They don't, no.
Why would a ghost haunt a cemetery?
Exactly.
That's where they live.
Yeah, well,
I know.
reside.
That's what makes me so mad when certain people in the industry who have the initials of ZB go, we're going to we're going to a haunted cemetery. I'm like, no.
And it's very
One
demonic
reason
too,
why
don't forget.
a cemetery would be haunted is somebody was killed there.
Yeah, that's something different. But yeah, they, like you said,
Well,
they
they're
just,
they're kind of all killed there. I mean, not like, oh, let me stab you on my grandmother's grave. That's I don't think people do that intentionally. And the only time I think, in my head that a cemetery would have done that is if, like, during wartime, where it happens.
It wasn't a makeshift cemetery.
Yeah. A Civil War. I mean, but no, I waited all my life to go, no. Kids.
I actually have a good cemetery story from when I was growing up in Illinois. We lived in an old farmhouse that was built before the Civil War. We had a cellar, and at one point the water heater burst, and we found rooms on the other side that actually had a tunnel that went out to the cemetery. So Halloween night, we had a little bonfire and stuff, and we all walked over there, and the gate opened all by itself. They were inviting us in.
How nice.
Yep.
well, I'm trying to. Okay, well, we're at our hour. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate Elizabeth and Sherry for joining us and sharing some stories. So maybe we can have you both on again another time. We come up with some new stuff. So if you ever go out again, Elizabeth, hit me up and let me know.
Oh, I'm always finding weird things. I'm attuned to them.
We love weird.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah, we love it. So I don't
That's
know.
our normal.
Yeah, it's just
once you get sucked in, you can't stop.
Exactly. You just like I said, you can't stop. I'm retiring in about 6 years. I told somebody today I'm going to work part-time to fund my ghost hunting adventures.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yep.
Lucky. Some of us still have to work for a living.
I'm
Oh, I'm still working, but the money's going towards my paranormal endeavors.
Yeah, she's building up her equipment stash.
Mm.
Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That
okay.
sounds like a
Well,
portal is a pretty good thing to have around.
didn't you buy one, Sherry? A portal?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I love that thing. I don't have to.
Yeah.
Because I had always wanted one, and then Robert had told me that oh my god, I can't remember his name, but did I say Andy? Maybe it was Andy. He said, he's going to be getting rid of his portal. I know you've been wanting one. I was like, oh, yes. So yeah, that was a great investment. I love that thing. I take it every investigation we go to. I take it with me.
My favorite. I want to get an SOS camera.
Yeah,
Oh, I want one too.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
I have to get with Robert. I know. Well, I don't know if he's still building equipment or not, because I know he knows how to actually make one. You have to get like a Windows tablet, and then
Yeah. I just got a thermal imaging camera,
oh, cool. That's cool.
so we'll have to try it out next time.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
yeah. We're gonna go to. Let's see. We're gonna go back to Acadia next month,
Yep.
Acadia Ranch, and then July we're gonna do the Globe Train Depot and the Gila County, 1910 Gila County Jail. We're gonna do that. That's two interesting places, Elizabeth. My son got felt up by a ghost in the train depot.
Oh, yeah, I've got
Is
evidence
it one of
in
those
both those
prostitutes
places.
that keeps popping up in all these hotels?
Yeah, he kept shooing his leg like something was on his leg. I was like, "Are you really getting felt up?" And he was like, "Yeah, something going on." That
Yeah.
place,
His fingerprints all over the place.
that place was great. I can't wait to go back there. So, well, okay, guys, you hold on. We're gonna do our outro, so don't go anywhere just yet. But thank you guys for tuning in. I think everybody's pretty much left now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We
See
bored
you
him to
guys
death, I guess.
next
Yeah.
month. Yeah. Hold on.